Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise here on Nile TV International with Dina Mamdouh and myself, Mohamed Abdurrahim. We are next to the great Muhammad Ali Mosque, that impressive, beautiful mosque inside the Salah ad-Din Citadel, one of the most important monuments of Cairo. And as we have just concluded the celebrations of Eid al-Adha al-Mubarak, or the Greater Bayram, and as we are approaching the start of the new Hijri year and approaching celebrating the Hijrah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we'll be talking about that great incident that was a key turning point in the history of the great religion of Islam, and we'll be doing that with Sheikh Mohamed Salah, who is a member of the Al-Azhar Global Fatwa Center. Thank you very much, Sheikh Salah, for joining us.
Thanks for having me, and may I seize this opportunity to extend my greetings to all Muslims all over the world, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a year full of happiness and security and safety to all our global human family all over the world.
Ameen.
Sheikh Mohammed, let's start with, we are now approaching a new Hijrah year. What is the importance of the Hijrah to Muslims?
Okay, indeed, the Muslim Hijrah, or the Hijrah of the Prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, was an epic journey, and was a journey of a significance and a very important event that happened in the Muslim history. It was a turning point, and it represents and constitutes a new phase in the Islamic revelation. Since Muslims in Mecca were oppressed and transgressed against, and they were facing and enduring hard times and difficult days. We know that the story of Sumayya and Ammar ibn Yasir, and they were killed because of their faith, and because they believed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger. And even the Prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, was oppressed and transgressed against. He himself, the tribes of Quraysh, and under the leadership of Abu Jahl and many other leaders, conspired against him, and they were planning to assassinate him and to murder him in the night of Hijrah, the night in which the Prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, commanded and instructed his cousin Ali ibn Abu Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, to sleep in his bed in order to deceive the assassination group, and also to return the trust and deposits to its due honors. So at that time, the Prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings, concluded that Mecca and at that time was not conducive for the message, and it was not the staying in Mecca itself was not productive. So the Prophet figured out that they should find another way, to find another town to seek a venue for the message of Islam to flourish. So he may Allah be blessed and the blessing upon him, he started to plan for the Hijrah, and he waited till the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for him to get out of this place. So he take all the means, and he prepared well for this occasion.
Also, so talk to us about the planning itself, Sheikh Salah, the importance of the planning and for the success of Hijrah, and some points of the plan.
The Prophet, Allah's peace and blessings upon him, when he was in Mecca, he faced a lot of difficulties, and at the year before the Hijrah, the tribes of Quraysh agreed to boycotting the Prophet and the companions and the believers, and they even boycotting them economically and socially. They agreed that, or They tried to not to marry from them and not to give them in marriage and not to sell to them and to not to buy from them till in the sense that the Prophet may Allah peace and his companions ate the leaves of the trees. So the Prophet may Allah peace and started from that point to search or to plan for another place to find another town or the state for the Islamic da'wah, for the mission.
Get away from the blockade or from the siege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, when he in the occasion of Hajj, the pilgrimage, he went to he met many people from other countries or the surrounding areas, and he met twice in the Bayat al-Aqaba al-Ula and people from the Medina, and the second when he get the pledge from the 75 people from Medina, and they give him the pledge that they will support him and defend him with their wealth and themselves forever. So this was the plan, the planning, the first step of planning.
Yes.
Also, he himself get out to offer the message to the all surrounding areas. He went to At-Ta'if as well. So after that, he found that all these places or the surrounding places and will not be able to receive the message, or it is not a safe place for him to migrate. So when he decided and when he received the command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to migrate, he started to take the actual or the practical step for the migration. So he first of all he was entrusted with things from the people of Quraysh. So he was before the mission, he was called, or he was recognized as as-Sadiq al-Amin, the truthful and the trustworthy. Then the people of Quraysh were keeping things with him and deposits and trusts. So he started to teach Ali ibn Abu Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, to this is for Fulan, this is for Fulan, and he in order to return it to him after he after he migrate. Then he knows that the people of Quraysh were planning to assassinate him. He made a plan for him to deceive the polytheists. He ordered or commanded the Ali ibn Abu Talib, commanded Ali ibn Abu Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, to sleep in his bed. This is another step in order to give himself a time to get out from Mecca and to find another place, safe place to have the night in it, or to have to wait in it, in order that since the journey from Mecca to Medina is very long. So, and then he planned the transportation. They tried to, or they decided to travel by camels. So he went out with camels out of Mecca, okay, and while he went on his walking. So
it was the Prophet, peace be upon him, and Abu Bakr only.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, accompanied by him.
Sayyidina Abu Bakr and the Prophet, may Allah peace and bless him, and Abdullah ibn Urayqit.
Yeah, the guide.
The guide.
Yeah.
So there were 3 camels.
Yes.
He ordered to keep these camels out of Mecca in order to not to be easy and a sign for them to catch them or to track them.
Sheikh Mohammed, of course, the hijrah in itself, or the immigration of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was not easy. For him, he's going to leave the place that he was born in, his land, his family, his everything, and he's going to go to a new place, start a new life, of course, with the da'wah, to provide people with more teachings of Islam and to show them the real meaning of Islam and real meaning of life. Tell us more about his new life in Medina. He started in Medina, and how things there started with him.
Okay. First of all, taking the decision of migration is very hard. To leave your home, to leave your wealth, to start a new life in a place that you weren't used to live there, and you will face many challenges, and you will be the leader of the group of people, many groups of people that they come from many different backgrounds. Medina itself were a pluralistic community. There were people, Jewish people, and Christians, and even Bajans, and Muslims, and each group of these are divided into the tribes. So and there were in Medina a huge war between Aus and Khazraj. This was a challenge for the Prophet, may Allah peace and blessing, to handle this situation in Medina. Also, another this channel, the Prophet, Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, started take practical steps to save the situation. He first of all he built a mosque, the mosque for the Muslims, to keep the faith and to build a strong, faithful community. Then he started initiated the bond of unity amongst the Muslims themselves, with the bond of kinship, or the bond of sisterhood and brotherhood. Then he constituted the constitution of Medina on the basis of citizenship. In order to keep people in Medina are on equal step, and he judged with them with equity, and so the Medina itself will be a safe place for themselves, and in order to face the threats coming from outside. So this was the challenge that faced the Prophet, may Allah peace and blessings upon him, when he arrived to Medina. That's also,
We have to note that everything happened was not planned for, and he was forced to leave Mecca, his own land, and to go to another new land.
It was not planned before, but when the Prophet, may Allah peace and blessings, found that it is difficult for him to live in this situation, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded him to leave Mecca. He looked, when he get out, he looked at his home country and said, Allah innaka la ahad bi bilad Allah ilay, wa lawla an ahliki akhrajuni minki ma kharajt. You are the most beloved land to my heart, and if your people or your people drove me out of here, I wouldn't get out. So here we can learn that the love of our homes, and the love of our people, the love of our country.
And of course, Hijrah to Medina had a precedent, Sheikh Salah, in the Hijrah to Habasha that was earlier. And again, it was because of the torture and the oppression that the Muslims were facing inside Mecca, and that many people were not able to practice their rituals, and they were even, they were hiding the fact that they were Muslims. And when the powerful Mecca people, knew that this or that man or woman are Muslims, they face torture and they face killings sometimes, and threats and so on. So the Hijrah to Habasha was a precedent to Medina. I want to ask about, because we cannot talk about Hijrah without talking about إذ هما ثاني اثنين في الغار. We have to talk about this.
Yes, of course.
The Prophet, peace be upon him, and Abu Bakr together, and the miracles that happened in Ghar. Ghar.
First of all, the first hijrah, or the first migration to Abyssinia, to Habasha, were the first hijrah for the Muslims to get out from the oppression and transgression. And it wasn't meant to be the new place for the Muslims, or to be the new country for Islam, but it was just to save the souls of the Muslims, in order not to be tortured, in order not to be killed. After that, when we come back to the journey itself from the Prophet, on him, when look to under his feet, he would see us. The Prophet commanded or replied with very beautiful words to him, very spiritual, and it reflects a high opinion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, "Oh Abu Bakr, what do you think? What do you expect from two persons who is Allah is their third? ما ظنك باثنين الله ثالثهما." And also the Quran spoke about this situation. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says إذ يقول صاحبه لا تحزن الله معنا, he said to his companion, don't be sorrow, Allah is with us, Allah will protect us. So this we can learn from this that that we have a great opinion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and have a good opinion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we trust him that he will support and protect us till we succeed in our mission. So this was like a miracle itself for the Prophet Muhammad's peace and blessings, that the people of Quraysh were in front of them, that none of them can, if he just by a glance he looked at his feet, he would see them, of course. And at that time, the heart for of Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, was breaking, since he felt that the mission is over. The Prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings with him, is gonna to be killed at that moment. So this was a miracle. And also before that, there were a miracle also when he get out from his home.
Yes, the 12 people that couldn't see him, and got the sand in their eyes, and, and they slept.
He get out from in front of them, that they couldn't see him. So this is another miracle. So the journey itself of the Prophet Muhammad of Hijrah were full of miracles and full of events throughout in the all way to Medina.
Indeed.
So there were many other lessons that we can learn from it.
Of course, one of the main lessons learned is how people can cope together, living together. He came with his own friends, and he introduced them to another group of peoples in Al Medina, and they start to live together and build their own life and start a new life with new teachings of Islam. Of course, this was not easy for the Sahaba of Prophet Muhammad or his companions to adapt with other
Sure, and it was definitely also not easy for the Ansar, who had to share their belongings,
their resources,
and
their
everything,
homes.
and their homes with Al-Muhajirin.
and even their business. They start to
the
share their business together.
In Medina were so limited. So the Muhajirin will share and will compete with the Ansari and support us on the resources. So this would be another challenge for the Prophet, Allah's peace and blessing on him, to handle the situation that may be a conflict may arise at any moment. So, and the companions themselves, when they left out their home, they will face the reality of life when they come to a new place that they know no one in this place, and they will shortly will seek, and they are required to get findings, to get wealth, and to initiate their life. They will belong, their belongings to the Mecca, and they may feel like they did a wrong thing, that they may need to return back to Mecca, while it is impossible, of course. And the Ansari themselves will find that those people come from another place. They are strangers. They are competing with us in our resources. We share with them our wealth, and we will protect them in our homeland. We endangered ourselves with this mission, and we may with in a time of weakness, they might feel like we shouldn't protect them all. We should drive them out, again to get back to their homes. But the situation has changed. The Prophet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned this in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالَّذِينَ تَبَوَّأُوا الدَّارَ وَالْإِيمَانَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ يحبون من هاجر إليهم ولا يجدون في صدورهم حاجة مما أوتوا ويؤثرون على أنفسهم ولو كان بهم خصاصة, and those who practiced faith before them. And
Sheikh Mohammed, it's really interesting to hear more stories about, of course, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his hijrah to Medina. Sheikh Mohamed Salah, member of Al Azhar Fatwa Global Center. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And I thank you as well, sir. And of course, our distinct guest was talking at the end, Dina, about perhaps one of the best examples of unity and fraternity in the history of mankind, and the sacrifices that the Ansar or the supporters made. And this is why Al Ansar have a very, very, very special status in Islam. And this is why Hijrah, the turning point, as Sheikh Salah said, in the history of our great religion, has become the start of the new year. I mean, this is how we count the Islamic calendar. It's by the first day is the day of the Hijrah of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Dear viewers, please stay with us. We'll be back with more here on Nile Cruise.